that people commonly have smelled or seen or been around in some way. Like I said, in some states, marijuana is legal. You can have it, you can smoke it, you can grow it yourselves. In Colorado, they make a lot of edibles and different things out of it, whether it's brownies or they'll actually melt the THC wax down and they'll make it into like little gummy bear looking things, so it looks like candy. And we're seeing more and more of that here in Amarillo because people are bringing it back from Colorado. But it is legal here. One of the things that people like about it is that it changes your mental feelings. It makes you happy. It kind of gives you a high, and it does a lot of things that make people feel good. They say there are some medicinal purposes for it, that it makes them feel better. I don't know. I've never smoked it. But that's one of the reasons we come across it, and people say, well, I've got a medical license to have this. And like we come from California, from Colorado, where you can have a medical license to have marijuana. But just so everybody knows, just because you have that license there, doesn't mean it makes it legal here. You can still get arrested if you have it here in Texas. So it does make your mood better from what we get from talking to people. But again, it's illegal at this point. It might change in the future, but right now it is illegal. So does anybody have any of these growing in your front yard? Good deal. We'd have to have a talk after if we did. So. Kids, have any of you seen this in your school? No. No? Have you ever heard anybody in your school talking about it? No. Some people have. As far as schools go, it's one of the things we see most when it comes to drugs in schools. Marijuana is very easy to get. A lot of parents smoke it, and kids get it from them and take it to school and either give it away or sell it. So we're seeing more and more of it in schools. If you do come across something like that at your school, what should you do? Tell an adult, tell the teacher, don't touch it. If somebody tries to hand it to you, what do? Drop it. Don't touch it, okay? Because if you have it in your possession, then you can get in trouble for it. So if you hear about somebody having it, or if you see it, make sure you tell them no, okay?
Just speak
Clear on that? Good, good. Hey, what does this look like? This looks like candy. That's what's so scary about prescription pills. I gotta ask, have anybody been to the doctor and got a prescription? Do you still have them at your house, maybe? Some kind of painkillers or? Yeah? Are they somewhere up where your kids can't reach them? We had to go through and me and my wife, between the years that we've been together, you see people that, go to the doctor, they get pain medication, they get better, they quit taking it, it stays in their cabinet. Wife has a baby, doctor gives her pain medications to take after. She might take a couple of them, she might not, they stay in the cabinet. Then after a few years, you've got a cabinet full of prescription pills and drugs, pretty much. They're legal for you to have, but it's something that somebody could steal from you and use illegally, or a kid could take, not knowing what it was, and either hurt themselves or give it to somebody else and hurt them. So, especially when they look like this, well, little kids, when they see stuff like that, the first thing y'all said was candy, right? And that's what's scary about some of this stuff, is it looks like candy to kids. So we want to make sure that if we have any of these extra ones laying around, if you don't need them and you won't use them, let's get rid of them. Every year they do things at the Poison Center where you can give all your drugs back. It's called a drug take back. And you go and you hand them in and they dispose of them properly. If you don't want to do that, if you don't feel comfortable about that, dump them in your toilet and flush them down the toilet. That way they go away, nobody gets hurt, and you don't have them because you won't use them properly. Just to name some of the ones that we're seeing commonly abused, and these are with kids. Adderall, Oxycontin, Ritalin, Tramadol, Valium, Vicodin, and Xanax are the most commonly abused narcotics that we see as far as prescription pills. Kids are getting them, they're getting them from their parents. They're selling them at school, making a little extra money. They might be using them to get a little bit of high that they can get off of them. But what they don't understand is that you can mix some of these together and they can be deadly. We have people that don't know exactly what they're taking. They don't know that you can't mix some of these together without it hurting you badly or killing you. So that's one of the things that we try to stress to kids is just because somebody gives it to you or sells it to you or wants to sell it to you, doesn't mean it's okay. Doesn't mean that it's safe. Because most of the time they don't even know what it is. So be real careful. If you hear about or see somebody trying to give somebody else some medications or sell medications at your school, you definitely need to tell somebody about it. Okay, we're going to look at a couple of pictures. And what these are people that were completely normal and then people that were on drugs. Even this is the same person. Wow. Right here. This girl is a pretty girl. Yeah. She got on drugs, and this is what she looks like now. Okay, that's... Well, I'll just go on the click. We're good. So we're going to put tobacco. Any tobacco smokers here? No. Y'all wouldn't say yes if you had to, would you? Okay. There we go. Okay. When we talk about tobacco, as an adult, lawfully you can have tobacco. Whenever you turn 18, the law says you can possess tobacco, you can smoke it, you can dip it, you can do whatever you want with it when you turn 18. But it has a lot of health things that go along with tobacco use. Kids, have y'all seen cigarettes in school? Have you heard about people smoking cigarettes in school? How about vapes? Juuls. Y'all see any of those in school? Okay, we're catching probably every day. We're seeing some kind of cigarette, vape, Juul, something like that in schools. And I've got some pictures on the next one. We'll go over it. But like I said, it's a stimulant. People use it because it kind of ups their mood. It might make them get some energy so that they can clean house, whatever it is. In the end, they're addicted to it. After you smoke tobacco or use tobacco for a little bit of time, you're addicted to it, just like any other drug. It can lead to many diseases that affect your heart, your liver, your lungs, and it's a major cause of cancer. Anybody want cancer? No. Anybody here have it? You have a family member that's had it? No? Very blessed. It causes that. People know that it causes that, but they still do it, which blows my mind. So, the World Health Organization names tobacco as the world's single greatest preventable cause of death. Can anybody tell me what that means?
You can prevent it.
You can prevent it. More people die from smoking cigarettes every year than anything else that could have been prevented. That's scary, right?
Yeah.
You're self-inducing your death. That's scary. So it's kind of like a long-term suicide, is the way I see it. Yeah. And you smoke yourself to death. So scary stuff. Okay, when we talk about tobacco, it comes in many forms. Cigars. Have you seen cigars? Yeah. Smell good. Cigarettes are probably the main one that we see, we hear about. You walk down the street, you smell it. It stinks. People continue to do it. What's this, kids? It's a Juul? Anybody, parents, you all know what a Juul is?
No.
It's a little thing. It actually plugs into a computer, and it looks like a thumb drive. Like a USB port. Looks like a little thumb drive. So I think I've got the thumb drive right here in my pocket. Some of them are smaller than this, some of them are bigger. And it actually will plug into a computer. It looks like one of these, but it'll have some sort of an oil or something in it that you can smoke. And kids are using this stuff at school. So again, parents, check your kids' backpacks. Make sure that they don't have something like that. So we're seeing them in Amarillo schools every day. Every day.
Wow.
How old is this system? How old is this?
This has been going on.
Yeah.
You know, the e-cigarettes and vapes are fairly new. They've been around probably 10 years, but we're seeing more and more. People think just because they are quitting smoking and going to the e-cigarettes, the vapes and stuff, that they're being safer. But what we find out with all the studies I can see is that they're actually more deadly and more dangerous than actually smoking cigarettes. You're still getting nicotine. When we're talking about marijuana and THC, THC is what comes out of the marijuana. It's an oil. They're actually making oil, and they're putting that stuff into the e-cigarettes, and into the vapes, and the Juuls. So you can technically smoke marijuana as a liquid out of one of these electric cigarettes. And it's like 25 times stronger than actual marijuana. So it's a bad deal. We have kids, you can actually overdose on marijuana, on THC. We have kids that don't know what they're doing, don't know what they're getting into, and they're overdosing on this. So again, it's terrible for your health. It's killing people. Same thing here. This is a vape, and these are another kind of vape. Electric cigarettes is what they are. You'll see people that carry around these big boxes, and they'll take a big puff and blow huge smoke out of it. Again, they think they're safer because it's not technically tobacco, but you're still getting the nicotine and the other bad things that are going into this oil and stuff that you're smoking. So one of the most things we find, like I said, is these electronic cigarettes and these what are called Juuls in the schools these days. Okay, alcohol. Anybody ever had alcohol?
No.
Some?